In today's video, I'm making chicken pie, and for that, I'm using a pot. If you want to bake without an oven, this video is for you. This is a chicken for chicken pie. So after cutting it into small pieces, go ahead and boil it. So I'll season it with chicken seasoning cubes and a little salt and water. After adding the water, we'll boil it for 7 minutes. So these are all the ingredients for our chicken pie. We're making chicken pie in a pot. And this is 3 cups of flour, 170 grams of butter, already diced carrots, chopped chicken breast, diced onion and spring onions, extra flour to serve as thickener. This is an egg, cold water, sliced Irish potato, sliced cabbage, salt, blended pepper, seasoning cubes, dried thyme leaves. So I'm adding a pinch of salt to my flour, butter or margarine, anyway. Mix together to form breadcrumbs. This is how it should look like after mixing the butter and the flour. We're going to start adding water in bits now to form the dough. So I'm creating a well at the middle of the batter. Cold water. Make sure not to pour in too much water so that our dough will not come out too sticky. So as you can see, I'm pouring it in bits. So this is the consistency I got after using a cup of water. Please note, while using your water, if it becomes too sticky, just add a little flour to it. You can see mine now, it's not sticky. I'm going to cover it and allow it to rest for like 20 minutes while I prep the other ingredients for the chicken pie fillings. I'm going to use a fork to shred the chicken into small pieces. You can also use a food processor for this process. You get shredded pieces. So after shredding the chicken, we'll go ahead and make a chicken pie filling. Pour in some cooking oil in a frying pan. So after heating up the oil, pour in our diced onions. Add our carrots. We're adding the vegetables one after the other. So as you can see, the carrot is tougher than any other vegetable here. After the carrot, we'll be adding our potato. I'm adding the Irish potato now. Mix, mix, mix. I'm adding a little salt and blended pepper, thyme. Please note that if you have extra spices you can use, like garlic powder, ginger, whatever spice you want to add at this point you can. I'm adding water. After adding water, I'll cover it and let it cook for 5 minutes. Or we'll add the other ingredients to it. So cover it for like 5 minutes. While that is cooking, I'll make 2 spoons of flour mixed with water to make a thickener. Note that you can also use this as a binder. So this is it after 5 minutes. Then our shredded chicken now. Next we're adding our cabbage. It is completely optional. Mix everything together. Chicken pie filling is ready. I'm adding my spring onions for extra color. At this moment, we're adding our binder. Just added the thickener now. We'll add some water. So I added water to the mix after adding the thickener. I'm just going to cover it for a few minutes, say 2 minutes. So this is it. This is how it should look like. We're going to put up the heat now, allow it to cool. I'm going to be making different sizes. I'm using this cover of cup. If you don't have a cutter, these are the cutter. These ones are cutters for meat pie. So if you don't have the cutter, you can use anything that has round shape. So I'll use this one, and I'll also use this plastic cover. Remember, we're making chicken pie in a pot. So we'll get to that stage of prepping the pot before we'll bake it on the stove top. Let me use this plastic cover now. You can see I've cut it out into round shapes. Scoop some filling into the, so brush the edges. The egg wash. Just know that we'll repeat the same process for everything we're doing here. Place it on top. I'll cover it with a fork. We're trying to maintain the round shape now. Make sure it's well sealed so it won't open while baking. We use the fork to poke holes at the top like this to create steam vent while baking. I just line my tray now with parchment paper. So after doing that, we just brush the top with some egg wash to give it that golden brown color. So this is the pot we are using to bake. I'll just spread some salt around it. That's completely optional. This will help elevate the pan from the bottom of the pot. So you can also use sand for this process. So this is our local oven. After arranging the stones on it, we'll place our pan on it. I'll allow it to heat up a little before placing the pan in it. Just like the way you preheat your oven. We're going to place our pan into it. So we allow it to bake for 40-45 minutes on the stove top. So our chicken pie is ready for consumption. Do let me know in the comment section if you try out this recipe using the stove top or a pot.